to you and to yours. I'm trying to get used to these things with technology. It is a difficult thing for me to do. I'm trying to play with it. So, as you know, I was trying to schedule a live. For whoever gets to watch it, whenever you watch it, I want to say thank you to all of you for taking your time to watch. In today's live, what I want to do is a little bit of, yes, predictions, most importantly, but also at the same time, give you a little bit of background of me, personal things if it pops up. And also, of course, and if we happen to be live and we have fans that are watching us, then, most likely I will be able to ask if you have any personal questions, including, so, it's about, getting to know us, me and you, okay? And if there's any questions that you want answers, we'll just let the guys see if they're willing to answer and or give you direction to the path in your situation at the time that we are now. Now, you know, of course we are live, so um, when that time comes that this video reaches to you, it would most likely be the time that you're needing to be having certain answers, um, for you as well, or guidance. Okay, everyone, I am Margot, tarot reader. Welcome to Soluna Botanica. Here in our Halloween Eve. This is important to me because, again, I am so spiritual. I live through that energy each and every second of my life. I interact with spirits, entities, souls, angels and guides, etc. You know, and during this time, it is magical. Yes, every day that we are breathing in this living earth, we are magic. But there are certain periods throughout the year, the week, the month, the days, including that it's an extra to our energy, to our physical existence, and of course to our spirit. Um, and October and November and December are just purity to cleanse and purify your physical self and your spirit. It is very important that you take advantage of these periods we are facing in times. When I speak of the vessel, for those that are new, what it is describing your body. In the vessel that we're in now, we have experiencing so many things in our lives, a lot of illnesses and inflammation that is happening in our body, in our vessel. Now, it will depend on each individual, but because we're having so many illness come over and over, and later on it will be known that there are certain agendas behind everything. Because YouTube kind of it's critical about what we put out there, so certain things are just meant to be put into certain perspective for the viewers contents, and we're supposed to say this is entertainment purpose only. The When it comes to the spiritual information out there that we're putting out, we have to be very, for myself, that is, responsible what we're the contents and what we're putting out there and saying, etc., for the viewers, because we are in a stage that we are sensitive to energy, etc. So, having said that, I I have so many things that I want to say. Like, oh God, speak, my God, speak. So, as I was saying, um, when it comes to our individuals living factor, there are just so many things that we need to consider. Consider what we're doing. Consider what we're not understanding within ourselves. And also ask yourself, the things that are happening, why are they happening? Is it because of me, or is it because of someone else? um, in this life that we're in, there are one too many things that can be taking a toll in our vessel, and not to mention into our spirit. um, Back to the Halloween Eve. Now, yes, you can do purification rituals, cleansing rituals, and trying to manifest certain things, okay? But you have to also be very cautious, because as it is a beautiful time to try to get your rituals and spells out there, your manifestations, it is also very, very delicate energy that can over infuse certain things and can be disturbing to what you're trying to conceive during that spell and or ritual. Okay, one of the other things that you have to consider is also who is doing it for you, or um, if it's you, you have to also very important to consider, you know if you're trying to do something on your own, what's your energy like at that time? What are you feeling? Are you anxious? Are you depressed? um, you know that builds negative energy. So therefore, if you're trying to attract someone, it's going to backfire on you. And not just that, but it will also result in other things out of this world. I would also say that, you know, trust the person that you consider to be your spiritual healer and or worker or guide. Have faith in yourself and what they are doing for you. Everything takes time in life, especially if it's meant for you. Okay. I will also say as well that, um, let's see here. 022, how to undo negative spells that people, well, that will depend on the type of negative spell that is being conducted or performed on the person, and the reasons for, if it has been done. So, for me, as a responsible healer, I would have to look at the energy of the person, of the client, and a reading needs to be done to do or undo something, that it has to do with spiritual and physical work. Because when you do a spell and a ritual, it takes two, your vessel and your spirit, to conduct that energy. Okay, so there are a number of ways, thousands of ways to do something or take something out of the person or spirit. It will just depends on your healer and of course your personal situation. But one of the things that I can advise of is, first of all, whatever religions and beliefs you have, manifest into that, bring into yourself, into your life. I would definitely suggest that before you go to bed, do 3 prayers of, at least 2 prayers of your preference religion or belief, in the morning and at night for consecutive 7 to 9 days. Okay? um, when you're feeling such negative vibe and energy, it can also overwhelm that entity or spirit, and you are going to be feeling that energy where it might feel more aggressive toward you, especially if you've been in that environment for quite some time. Okay, so prepare yourself for ins and outs of your feelings, your thoughts. Sometimes you will start getting headaches, dreams, sensations, etc. So it is very delicate when you're trying to undo something or do something. Okay? Yes, of course, you're welcome, sweetheart. Um, you know, when we are doing rituals or spells, yes, it may look bad, but it will depend on the person that we're working on and the energies that we're dealing with. So sometimes it can look in a negative aspect of it. um, you have to, it becomes a last resource when you're seeking a spell or a ritual for yourself or someone. Consider the facts of everything. Do I need this ritual or spell? Do I have other choice? Again, it's about trusting who does your spiritual work, whether it's a reading or whether it's spiritual work. Trust that person. It's very important because the messages that they're going to deliver to you, it will have a drastic effect on your decisions, believe it or not. um, as for myself, when I do a reading for a client, you become part of our spiritual community. So when you're getting your reading, you're getting not just a yes or no, answers to your questions, but it's also about aligning you in a better path in your physical and spiritual life. It's about directing you in the right journey and path here in this physical life or spiritual life if we're interacting with other souls. It's important that when my client leaves with that aspect of understanding that there's hope going forward in what you are getting in the reading, but there's also hope in why you're here and where you're going after the fact. Okay. um, it becomes therapeutic, as majority of my clients do say so. And it is one of the reasons why I love what I do, because I want to be able to help you. I want to be able to save one soul at a time, as many as I can get. I am welcome and happy to receive. um, I want to be able to see that light sparkle in my clients' eyes later on, as they move forward in a better aspect of their life. I want to be able to know that, you are feeling better of yourself. In nowadays, especially after 2020 with COVID, we are still going through that transition of people, having depression more than before, feeling lost, feeling confused, not understanding why. So many suicidal, so many desires of such negative energy. Because in this life right now, we are walking and tiptoeing, around each other. And not only do we have to be fearful of ourselves, our space, of our energy, of our spirit, but others, and of course other entities and other worldly light here on this physical life. Now that's a whole nother topic that, believe me, we'll be touching soon. But it's just, it's depressing sometimes to even think of all those things that can be happening. Wherever you walk, you do not know what energy is around that person. In any direction that you go, you may experience angelic energies or negative entities. So you have to be cautious of that. Okay? Raise every morning by being grateful and thankful, even at bad times, is very, very important. Even at bad times, look through a different eye every morning you wake up, when you're driving, when you're walking, when you're doing an exercise, when you're at work. Look in a different angle of life. There are just so many beautiful things happening nowadays, that we need to also see within ourselves. What's beauty within me and around me? First of all, we're still here, we're still breathing, we're still alive, and we still have one or two people that love us. And I say one or two because nowadays it's so rare for someone that you can trust and love or be loved. Okay. Now, having said that, we move into the love sector. Love. What is love? Love is about different scenarios, and love is about first self-love, loving you, and love is about understanding it. um, it is one of the number one lessons that we are here on earth to expand, to receive, to know of what love is. And we live in the notion of wanting my soulmate, wanting someone to love me, want someone to be here with me. That is wonderful and it's beautiful when it happens. But love in itself is within us. And again, remember, we're going back to the vessel, which is our body. And what's in the vessel? Thyself, which is you, your spirit, your soul. So therefore, we are not alone here in this physical life. And therefore, we need to learn how to self nurture, self love ourselves. When we are learning to understand that and learning to love ourselves, you will also see more beautiful things happen in your life. You will also start seeing again with a different eye, with a different view, life itself. Um, if you are wanting your own personal consultation, come along, come to the shop, or email me at solunabotanica to gmail.com or margourtarotreader@gmail.com. You can come to the shop here. We are in Texas, Stafford, Texas, 630 Murphy Road, Suite 101. Stafford, Texas 77477. You can also text us, email us, call us. We can schedule your appointment. We're open 7 days in the shop and virtually for your spiritual needs. And just make your appointment. In the spiritual shop, we are personalized in also making your own candles, your own specific needs when it comes to either candles or any type of ritual that you're needing, or purification of any type of item also as you like. um, Now what else can I say? It, you know Let's see. So having the Halloween Eve, you know certain people have already started to understand some certain energies that they've been going through lately. A lot of people are doing certain things to, see if they can connect with their loved ones. We absolutely can do here in the shop or through the media sector. We can connect with your loved one that is passed on, and see what their energy is like, where it is, and if there's anything that we can do for them as well. Okay. Um, in Halloween Eve, I would also suggest that you can just leave, for your loved ones something that they love, like a drink or food, and there's something to do with their favorite color as well. Now that is not just for Halloween Eve; that is an extension of. So it starts now all the way to the 12th of November. For me, that is okay. It's a special circumstances of energy, like I've been saying. Um, but as for me, for my profession of what I do, it's a constant add-on. I constantly interact with, the passed on energies. So I nurture their energy in sequentially, throughout, including day. But for those individuals that have lost a loved one, you know, so um, okay, so I hear that. Let's see here. How do I put this? Yeah. So we're going to talk about, let's see, what are the energies that we have of the loved ones. Let's see if we can connect with loved ones on the other side. And I say that because I just heard an energy come forth of someone that's passed on. Okay. This was a tragic energy of whoever, whenever it doesn't have to be today that you are online. It can be any other given time that you either reconnect to this video or come back to it, or you happen to be clicking and you stumble into the video. This is for someone. I feel that right now what we are communicating with is a loved one that is on the other side that tragically passed away due to spiritual work. Okay, this person passed away due to spiritual work. They were being tormented over and over. It feels like an asylum kind of energy, like someone that was, probably hospitalized for a while or off and on. It feels like this energy was driven to do something that they couldn't let go of. Okay, whoever this person, this soul that is on the other side, is saying that they couldn't understand now that they are in the spiritual realm why things happened the way it happened. But whoever this person is that is passed on is saying that it was a woman that did the ritual, that did the negative work on them, and they lost chaos of their existence in the physical life. So by that I mean that they probably went crazy or not, schizophrenic like energy, um, and they were in and out probably, duration of their life in hospitals and sorts like that. I feel that this person is speaking out of, mm, yes and no forgiveness. They try to forgive in the realm that they're in, whoever done certain work to them. And of course, when we passed on, depending on the healing environment that you're in, you understand and you forgive no matter what, on the spiritual realm. But this person that is on the other side, it's saying that this person that did the ritual is still living, and they are still doing certain things like that to other people in their lives. And also they're saying that you know they have not changed of what they used to do. So he feels not necessarily guilty, but sorry for the person that did the things that they did to them spiritually. Okay, for that energy that it is on the spiritual realm, um, that energy is still going through a hardship of redemption, because they also did certain things in the physical life as well. So maybe they're not forgiving themselves completely for what transcended in their physical life. Um, if anyone is relating to that message and you're wanting to continue in a personal reading, absolutely, I will be more than happy to help you. Do we have anyone else on the spiritual room that would like to come in and deliver any messages in for who? So we're seeing an energy of someone that is passed on, bless his heart. It feels like it is a child energy that passed on. Okay. Um, this child energy, like, it gives me under 8 years of age or 8 months of age that is passed on. Um, this child was a happy child. He could have died out of cancer, or a fall. Now, those are two separate messages. I feel that we have a boy and a little girl as well coming forth. So, between 8 months to 8 years, whoever's relating, whenever you are happen to be in this video. We have a beautiful child that it feels like a fall, like maybe a waterfall or a mountain fall of some sort. Okay. Um, and then we have a child who had cancer, could have been the male figure type. They are together, they're not related, but they are together at this time, holding each other's hands, moving forward in the ethers of the heavenly environment energy, for whoever is relating to that message. Speaking of children that are passed on, we get a child who has been missing, or was a child that was missing. And when I say was, it is because that child has been either found as of now in the living life, or is fixing to be found. This was a child that, when it went missing, was a child. Yes, okay. And now he is either, it was either 8 years ago, 8 weeks ago. Ooh, I wouldn't be surprised if this child just went missing like within the last 24 hours. Because I'm seeing someone covering themselves in the dark, being lost, uh, feeling hopeless, feeling scared, looking around, not knowing where to go, what direction. They're seeing animals. There must be a child that's lost in the woods. Um, are you gonna be found? Oh, damn it! Sorry, everybody. Shit. Okay. I don't think that this child is going to be found, and when this child is found, unfortunate, it will be a little too late. I'm sorry for whoever this child is missing. Okay. I know that not too long ago I made a certain video and I did predict it of someone being missing from 3 days to 3 decades, and there was someone found during that time the following day. So blessed his heart. Found meaning passed on. In this factor for this young energy, we definitely feel that they are trying to hold on, but it may be either cold or heavy pouring rain or close to water energy, and therefore they're just not able to hold on as they would. But they are the time of passing, there's an energy cover them where they feel peace at the time, and then they will fall asleep within that peace. Okay, I know it doesn't help, but that's what I'm seeing happening. Okay, do we have other loved ones on the other side, or any other ones that would like to send any other messages to someone else? What can you give us? What can you tell us? Yes, we have someone on the other side that passed away in a car accident. Um, I'm not sure if they were traveling to see a loved one or they were traveling with a loved one. Okay. Um, when we are trying to, when when spirits come forth and we have one too many energies, and yet we're doing the general predictions, we have a lot of entities and spirits that want to come forth. So it's I'm like letting them know, one at a time, and if they can just get in line, because I'm hovering by them right now, like I'm in the middle and they're all around me, and so therefore all of them want to come forth at the same time to get their messages. There are some spirits that are coming through right now where they they've been waiting to be found. They've been waiting to be listened to, be heard to. They've been waiting to exhale their entity in the now. Okay. Um, so as I'm telling you, in the video, I'm also giving the spirits to please be patient with me. I know it's been a very, very long time, but let us get in a specific way so they can be heard and be found in the way that they need to transcend the messages for whoever, whenever it reaches to them through this video. We will we will find a way for you to get your messages. If it's not today, any other day, but it will be. For this person that died, passed away in a car, in a vehicle of some sort, I feel that they couldn't get out of the vehicle. They were either strapped in the vehicle and they couldn't exit at the time of the incident. And so they passed through, and it feels to me that was probably underwater. Okay. And I don't feel that this person was alone when that happened in the vehicle. I don't. I feel that there were at least two people in the vehicle. Um, like a couple. Like we're seeing two people in a vehicle strapped. One couldn't, and the other one did not let go. Okay. They are together in the spiritual realm as we speak, and they could have left a child living, either living as we are now. They could have left, not could have, they did. They left a loved one still, living. Maybe they were on a date of some sort and they left their children or child with someone, and then the incident happened. Could have been on a storm, on a heavy storm, could have been snow, could have been weather like hurricane, like mudslides. Um, because I'm seeing them, like under something, and it feels more of a water energy. Okay, submerged. They are submerged. Now, if they were, mm, if they were found, blessed is the Lord. But if they're not found, I feel that eventually they will be. If they were not found, another weather or some type of earthly like movement will scatter away, and then they will submerge if they're not found. For anyone that is in the spiritual realm that have not been found, there's a definitely a submerging of something. Okay, now that leads me to uh, another energy coming forth, where we're looking at submersion of water coming, like this is the land and the water is just submerging, and whoo, covering everything, land, houses, and things like that. So if it hasn't happened, we are looking for that to be coming forth up front. It may be from now to March, or from now to between 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months. I wouldn't I wouldn't see it as 3 years. I wouldn't. I would think that it's a moment of timing. It may be even an all of a sudden kind of energy and shift, like a tsunami, kind of like. I'm seeing dry land happening. So we do know that each and every moment the plates do move and shift. So something with the weather has shifted, and it will be not an accidental, but a sudden abrupt of the earth into bringing in a tsunami like. Because I'm seeing, like literally coming from the water, the land, hovering over land and just smoothing it, like sweeping it right off into the ocean. Now, moving into another scenario, it's giving me the vision of something that happened. It gives me 100. So 100 days, 100 years, or over 1,000 years, including, because I'm seeing one, two, and three, uh, uh, three spiritual energies coming forth of different generational atmosphere. So we're looking at something that is repetitive behavior on the earth itself. So we're looking at something that keeps happening, and as it does, it brings about other things. So there will be an excavation of some sort, or there will be something from the water or desert like that will be submerging, and getting clues of more of the history. Now, that could be the history of Egypt to Rome, or it's in between there. But there's something that is on the other side. I don't, a Black Sea, that we are looking at. So maybe something is coming from the Black Sea, because I keep seeing it in the dark and over the night shadow, coming from that end, or around the, like, imagine yourself like a snake going around, on the snake of night kind of energy. So again, I'm trying to capture everything that they're showing me in the way that is understanding, but I'm having a hard time because I'm given all kinds of scenarios, all kinds of visions here. Um, and I keep asking, is this futuristic or past? And again, remember, I keep saying the past keeps repeating. So something happened in the past that's similar to what I've stated and is coming back around and happening again. Okay? Simply, that's what that is. But there will be discoveries through something that is unearthed from the earth that is very important to us. Um, right. So some people it may be small or like cities and things like that. They are going to see that as the end of the world, and they will probably do something to themselves thinking it is the end of the world, because we're seeing certain small cities being secluded, feeling like there's no existence anywhere else because of what they're going through, or will be going through. Okay. um, or they will find, including cities that have lived like that for centuries, thinking that there was nobody else in the world. um, Going, touching bases from that subject to moving forward to aliens. Could that be the discovery that they're going to have? Aliens. Could that be the discovery that is going to be unearthed? Aliens. And unearthed underwater. Huh. Well, you know, you can call it discovery, but it's been around since the first time, since the first days of the living on Earth. It's been around. Aliens are part of us. Aliens are existence of us. They are an extension of us. I mean, they are part of a lot of things that people do not understand when it comes to religion and form like. Okay. uh, from the beginning of time, people saw it as, stars, falling, angels coming forth. And so the the way that they were recognized at the time were either as gods or planetary, energies, etc. But it's aliens, and we are part of that in a heavy, heavy way. And it's not to say, oh, we should be happy or we should be sad. It's to learn more about, understand more about, just like we want to learn more about Jesus, for example. We want to know how he looked and things like that. Trust me, the Bible knows. They just they're not saying it. But it also, going back to aliens, I regress there. But also, the type of alien that we are bounded to, it's another thing as well. We have at least three different type of aliens already on Earth. The thing about this is that we're getting a little bit more of that being displayed through the media, and more files being discovered and whatnot. But it's how it will be put out there. Most likely will be that the government and no one will be able to stop it from being seen in a whole tremendous level, like millions at one time. So having said that, means that we are seeing a big, big, big ship coming in. And it's been coming in our ethers, in our energy field, like for at least, is giving me 5 years to 5 years to 15 years. So it's been on the loop for quite some time now, and it's reaching its peak to us. But before it makes it known here to us, it's coming ahead, smaller ships, ahead of the big one, to make the wave for it here. Now, why here is because they already here. They already here, and I feel that it's under us. They've been building things, gathering our energy, gathering our electrical vibration and energy, not just by the earth, and trust me on this, but also the vibration of our humans, of ourselves. That is why we are chaotic. We're all over the place. Our energy is depleted. We're always upset. We're always tired. Because just like you go out there, you have minefields, they're distracting diamonds, etc. So are the other unknowns doing with the earth itself, but also with humans. Okay? The thing about this is that we need to look more into it if they are for our goodwill or negative outcomes for us later on when they do arrive. Um, I have had many visions of what they will do. And I feel that I am not the only one that have had these visions. When they start interacting with our energy, we are so in tune because they can speak to us without having to open their mouth. We can intuitively hear them in our thoughts and visualize them because they are putting that energy into us. So just like I can visualize what they're letting me know, what they're letting me see, when not just with aliens but with spiritual realm area, and also with the physical life when customers are in present or through the media, their energy comes forth in many ways. Call it aura, chakra, whatever. It's all in one. So they have that vibration, a frequency to get to us without even being around us in such closeness atmosphere. Can you imagine? So they are now working in that capacity on us. We don't need literally an actual physical weapon to defend ourselves because they already have access to us, you know. And I feel that this is more important than us, fighting against each other, hating us against each other, through religions, through race, through etc. That is absurd. We need to find ways to get closer together because we're going to need that when that time comes, whether it is in our living space now or centuries from now. And I say this because, certain religions intend to give you the anominal effect of end of the world just to scare you so you can run into certain religions, give your belongings, and rule your domain, your body, and your spirit. That is not absolutely right, but to each his own. I'm not discriminating religions or beliefs because I hold and I respect all in one. Okay? But the truth is the truth, and my clients know I speak the truth, whether you like it or not. And if you want the truth, come along, I'll give it to you. But having said that, keep progressing. Uh, you know, these are the times that you need to start considering other ways of living life and enjoying life better, because I think that a lot of the times we forget ourselves, we get lost within everything in our daily lives, and you need to change something about it each and every day to live it a little bit more fully each and every day till you become full and happy. um, we may pass in this lifetime and be reborn to actually experience the coming of the whole mothership. Okay. And do we want to be during that time? No, you don't. Straightforward. We do not want to experience that, but some people do. Some people like that living in the tip of the earth. You know what I mean? But I will tell you, you do not want to be living to see what's coming. Okay? Because they are going to do things that we will not be able to escape from. Okay? I hate to say it, but it is the truth. Imagine you caging your pets that you love dearly, you know. Again, history repeats itself but it always comes in a different form. All the time. You see those baggy pants from the 60s and 80s, it repeats itself. The music, the wardrobe, the atmosphere, the weather, you know, everything that is retrograde, when it retrogrades, it comes back, but it comes back more energetic, more fulfilled with different vibes. It brings something to it. Imagine the wave of water, coming over, the land. And what does the water bring? Yes, water, but it also has collective of dirt and whatnot that covers the land. And when the water resides back, it leaves all that dirt, whatever it has, in the land itself. So therefore, imagine that, but imagine that in us, in our body, in our vessel, in time. Now, having said that, we can talk about, we're living now and hundreds of years ago, thousands of years ago. The now is the future back then. For whoever was able to vision the future, actually vision what we are living now. And then here we are imagining what the future will be like later on in 100 to 1,000 years now. And we will be able to, we are looking at the technology so advanced, so beautiful, right? You're looking at the cars flying, people dressing up in a robotic way, the robots doing all kinds of things for us. And it looks beautiful, correct? But when we get there, if one of us are able to desire to reincarnate into that now, into 1,000 years, 500 years, 100 years, and you're looking at all that technology, what are you going to say then? Are you going to say what you're saying now? Is this the future? Believe it or not, this is the future. This is the present and the future. Okay? 500, 100 years, 1,000 years from now, it will become the present and the future. Okay? But again, 1,000 years, we were looking at the future, and here we are, and we're still struggling. We're still wanting to know. We're still asking more questions than we did before. Yes, we're still evolving, but are we evolving in the right way? Are we evolving in the better way? We've shifted and changed physically. We shifted and changed spiritually. And we will continue to do so. Trust me on this. From now, 1,000 years, 500 to 1,000 years, we will not look in the way that we look. Again, because we will be multiplying the species. And we will not think in the way that we think. Trust me on this. And our spirit will evolve into something totally different as well. Again, because we're learning lessons, we're learning karmas, we're shutting out, closing, bringing in new karmas. And therefore, our vibration is supposed to align itself in a different form, in a different way. Okay? We will be vibrating differently. Are we supposed to vibrate in a higher conscious of love? Absolutely. We're supposed to be doing that now. But are we? That's up to you. You can ask that question to yourself. Um, but all of that is very important. Okay? What we do now moving forward, for whoever ends up watching this video, hopefully it enlightens you. Hopefully it gives you an inspiration for what you can do personally to better yourself, and and also to give you that answers and options of whether or not moving on from this life would you like to reincarnate and help out on the humanity or on your own. And also, what are if you were able to change something, what would you be able to change? I'll leave that homework for you, and you can email me. Let me know. But there's a lot of things that we can do to change certain outcomes for life. I always tell my clients, there are predictions that can or are allowed to change, and there are predictions that cannot and will not change because it is the path that we have to take in this physical life. So, I'll leave that also to you. But based on my analogy of the visions that the universe, the guides, or the heavens give me, the angels, it becomes more of a warning cycle for me. Okay, because if we do not know how to get along with one another on the road, for example, everybody's cussing everybody out, everybody's passing each other out, and every now and then you're shooting, killing someone driving. Imagine what will we do to each other if we have outers coming in. What will be of that when it will be, when it comes, because it will come. Okay, I think that there's a lot more to consider than what we're going through now. So I'm not saying, okay, what you're going through now personally is not as severe. No, absolutely not. I will not take that away from you. And by that I mean, there are lessons that you have to live, that you have to abide by, and there are lessons that you need to learn from. Okay, but if those lessons are hardship for you, if those lessons are hurtful for you to the point where you can't find answers, let me help you. Why not? And it is why I'm here. It is why I do what I do. So let me help you on that. The other thing that I want to say, because obviously, it's all about touching bases and everything that we can do here. If you are doing the right thing, at least for someone in your life, and especially yourself, good deeds are meant to be gratified and multiplied in wonders. Okay, I could go on and talk about all kinds of subjects. So next time that we do live, just tell me, ask me, and we can chat about. But also, you can email me and say, hey, Margot, I want to discuss this subject later on when you do live. Can we? And why not? I am welcome and open to discuss anything. It's out of the realm and it's crazy, for whoever, whatever. It is what it is. If you want reality, then we're gonna get it here. Okay. I know we went from one thing to another. Yes. Okay. So can we do a quick prediction? Yes. They're like, yes, why not? Okay. Do we have an Aquarius later on for whoever gets to watch it? When it gets seen, there's an Aquarius. There's an Aquarius that needs to make their decisions of what they want to do with their life. Now, you're having to spend certain sources of wealth and money, and you need to be wise with what you're spending, how you're spending it. Maybe you are coming into money because of someone that passed away. And now you need to, solve that issue of what to do with that wealth, and you're still hurting for the loss of that person. I would say to that Aquarius, you need to, you know, um, be wise with the sources that you're getting or that you receive from whoever it is, whether it's a settlement or retirement fund or a loved one being passed on. Okay. Who else can we? Okay. So we have a water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising. It feels to me that you're juggling. You want to, maybe shift something about your life. It could be work. Maybe you're having difficulties with work. You don't know if you want to continue. You don't know if you want to just change the whole aspect of your living day by day kind of situation here. Okay. For that, I feel that what you need to do is go within and see if you like what you do, and is there anything else that calls you, draws you. Okay, maybe you want to shift that. For whoever it is, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, it's also saying that there's one of you out there that is debating on whether or not to continue to stay in a relationship, whether to divorce or separate. I will say that it's a yes and a no kind of thing. I feel that maybe you need to have a civilized conversation with your partner and speak your truth. Let them know where you're coming from. Let them know what hurts you, and also let them know what makes you feel joy with them. There always is one or the other or both. Okay, you have to find a median way to understand that, and also maybe you would want to also consult a therapist of some sort. Yes, I also do spiritual counseling here as well for couples or individuals. So you're welcome to email me or come and ask. Okay, we'll be more than happy to help you. And when I say we, is the higher self. So for whoever this water sign is saying that whether you decide to leave, you're still going to be happy. You will find happy. If you want to stay in that relationship, there's also a way to find joy in it. But you have to be acceptance of the choices that you're going to make coming forth. There may be a water sign that is considering the separation, but I don't really see it. I think that there's going to come a halfway to give it a go, another chance, and then see if it works out. It's saying there's going to be a little rocky in the beginning, but there may be that overturn of the next 2 months, at least for the holiday season. A better half in your relationship. Okay, for whoever it is in that water sign. Okay. So yeah, so for those that are Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, we also are looking at that there is one of you who is having an overwhelm issue of either dependency or overwhelm of so many things that you have in your life going on. If you are Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius, I feel that confront your fears, confront what you're going through in this very moment, in the present, moving forward, not moving backward. Don't think about the past. Don't think about what happened 2, 3, 5, 10 years ago. Ooh. Okay. Yes, please be patient. Okay. So I just I just felt the energy of a spirit literally hold my shoulders, and they just went at it, like one to the left and one to the right, talking to me. I feel that it was Archangel Michael and Raphael to my right. Okay, that will make sense, Sagittarius. I feel that it is a Sag here involved in the energy. Okay, I said Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, so to each his own, but I feel that it's more of a Sag energy here. So when the angels come and take over, for me, it is like a spiritual healing, holding on to that energy that has suffered greatly in their vessel, in their body for quite some time. So when I said the past, it gave me the notion, and they came and hold me back and say, wait a minute. So there's one of you here that has suffered not just physical but spiritual intense of energies taken over your self-being. And so when Archangel Michael and Archangel Raphael step in, they're like saying, you know what, I have you, and that is just not gonna go in the way that it has been. Okay, I definitely feel that there's a healing going on finally, an overlook of someone that is going to overcome all their negative energies, all their sorrows that they've been going probably in the last 3 years, if not more, for some of you. I feel that they have put their hands on whoever is going through this, and they are now taking over that body and that spirit to give them the gratification of the healing of the body, mind, soul, and spirit. Oh my Lord Jesus. Amen. For whoever this is. I love it. I don't care how old or how young you are. The angels are stepping in and saying, we got you, because I see the angel carrying that body, that vessel. Okay. Could you be passing through or have passed through recently? Probably, but it also can be including in the living, because they do that. They will hold you, they will carry you like a child if they need to. But just by them having their presence or putting their hands on any part of your vessel, of your body, trust me, you're getting the divine healing. That is absolutely beautiful for whoever this is, and amen. I praise it and I bring it forth. It also talks about a soulmate karmic energy coming forth, whether you're Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising. You are most likely in that period of time between now and February meeting someone that is connected to you, to your spirit, like a soulmate energy coming forth. So, be wise who you're meeting. Sometimes negative energies will bring you multiple people for you to meet to, get you off the loop to meeting the soulmate. So be very wise. But you will know, you will sense it. Sagittarius has good intuition when it comes to that. Meeting karmic relationships, soulmate relationships, for any zodiac signs are very poignant right now as we speak. Remember, we just talked about that energy. We are in the divine energy to do and manifest things, and this is the right energy starting today, y'all. Okay. Any other predictions that we have? I'll be gratefully appreciated before we go on to our next appointment. Okay, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, Sun, Rising. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, Sun, Rising. Okay, we also have Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, Sun, Rising. I will say that, there's a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, Sun, Rising that you okay, so if I have a dollar, this dollar, I am grateful to have it because the universe is blessing me with this dollar. When I say that, I'm giving gratitude, but I'm not just saying to say it because, I'm not saying, oh my God, that's it. No. If you do say it like that, then we can definitely see why you're having less than more. You have to know how to be thankful to the universe, but most importantly to yourself, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising. There can also be a Capricorn who is able to be financially given between now and February. Some money is coming to your attention. So, the universe is blessing you with extra sources of income. Can it be a Taurus? It is an earth sign. So, uh, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising. Okay? It is a general reading, so I'm the most energy zodiac sign that I am perceiving. That's the one I'm giving. Okay, but you will know your circumstances. But we see a blessing coming, so start, moving that clock a little bit in a more positive vibe. For that Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, I feel that you when you speak your truth, when you are being direct, you're not being direct to be polite, you're being direct to be either manipulative with what you're trying to get through, or you are being deceiving of the energy. I think that you need to consider the options of what that can bring to you karmically. um, if you want someone to accept you, speak the truth, and the truth will uphold you at the end. Okay, whoever stays because they have to stay in your life, and whoever goes is because they have to go. They're not serving you any higher good. Okay, but I would say this: Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising. um, I feel that you're not being your best. Maybe you are going through some health challenges coming up front in November. And you need to, as we speak, probably drink a little bit more water, vitamins of some sorts. Um, Maybe you're low on iron, um, potassium. uh, Nurture your body. Okay, get a checkup, and consult your medical for anything that you've been experiencing, especially this past year. Okay, it just says that it's something that you already have, health wise, is coming back around. um, and so it's giving you the warning to, you know take care of that. Okay. um, we're gonna close it, everyone. We're gonna close it, and I want to say thank you to everyone that was off and on the live to watch today, and for whoever it reaches, when it reaches, love and light to all of us, and to you. I am here to help you and guide you in any way that I can with your physical and spiritual journey. And for anyone that you want to pass it on, we welcome you. We would love to hear from you. If you're new, like and share, and absolutely subscribe here in Margot Tarot Reader, and of course in Soluna Botanica as well channel. Everything gets transmitted from here to there, back and forth. Um, I wish you all the very best today and always, and let us vibrate love and joy and peace within ourselves. Thank you.